I was watching one of those comedic reels on Instagram. There was a compilation of all of these videos about children and the different things that they did. You know, again, comedic. Some not so funny, but others funny. And this one particular video has a little kid, like at a zoo or maybe a safari, with his parents. And there were two giraffes, and they were feeding the giraffes. And the little kid is feeding the giraffe, and then the giraffe just picks the child up. And there's this delay, but then you see the parents, you know, grab the child's legs because literally the child is going up and up and up, right? And eventually the father says, "Let go, Mason." I think the little boy's name is Mason. "Let go, Mason." And then the boy lets go. I'm reminded of how real that is in life, even when you think about the different traps, the different animal traps, where there's the banana, the monkey reaches in, gets the banana, but then can't get out because, you know, the monkey's holding on. But if the monkey were to let go, it would be freed. And think about that in life. Often we are really, really called to let go, to just let it go. But we hold on. And the longer we hold on, we suffer. Imagine had Mason's parents turned for any reason. You know, we are not always looking in the direction. The child would, in an instant, right, could have just become a part of a new tribe. But the child just kept holding on. It isn't until we let go that we really, really free ourselves. And often we don't realize we're holding on. We don't realize we're resisting. We don't realize we're kicking and screaming. We're going against what is trying to be because we only know what we know. Or we're afraid of change. We want to keep the relationship. We want to hold on to the job because the unknown, the unknown, I'd rather stay here in the hell that I know. But we limit ourselves and our lives. We create angst, overwhelm, misery, suffering, because we're not letting go. And maybe it takes a long time before we arrive at the letting go. And then we do, and it's like, you know, oh, this wasn't so bad after all. Or after we've sort of moved through that initial grief, that pain, that angst of letting go, we arrive somewhere at a landing where we kind of go, actually, this is the best thing ever. I'm so glad, you know, I got laid off. I wouldn't have said that before this moment, but I'm so glad that the relationship ended. I'm so glad I was forced to move. I'm so glad, because when we get to the other side, we can see the magic and the bigness and the purpose and our own growth and evolution. But as long as we're holding on to what we're familiar with, and we start to outgrow it, but we refuse to see that, we resist what is, we lose. We really do lose. And, you know, things aren't necessarily easy to do in terms of changing. I'm not saying letting go is easy. But do we always have to desire easy? You know, growing isn't easy. Bone stretching, you know, it's not easy. But it's the best thing. When the body, the mind, the spirit is trying to stretch, when change is a knocking, and we're like, oh no, we can't even enjoy holding on. Nothing feels good. Holding on feels terrible because something is knocking and we're resisting it. So we may as well let go and see what becomes, but we're afraid of what we don't know. Do it anyway. That's why I think it's so important to access what's true. Not what we hope for, wish, desire, but what's actually true. Because if we pause enough to turn toward truth and get to know it really, and we follow it, that's the path. Then it all just opens up. Life becomes bigger. We become happier, more joyful. We have more peace. It's like floating. We can fight the waters, and then we will eventually drown because now we're tired, we're depleted, or we can just let go and become sort of one with the water. So today I'm really thinking about how important it is to pay ourselves enough attention to notice when we are holding on and ask ourselves, is this something I need to really release and let go of? How is the hold serving me? Am I suffering because I'm holding on? Am I unknowingly leading myself into the den with the giraffes by holding on? And if so, ask yourself, what do you have to lose by letting go? Do you not have the inner sort of gumption, tenacity, resilience to see where your life will go if you release what isn't serving you, when you allow the growth that is ripping at the seams, the room and space to actually be and grow? Because when we do that, we're better for it. May we give that some thought. Am I holding on when letting go is revealing itself as the path, as the truth? Am I willing to see where my road goes? We get one life, right? I don't know about you, but I want to see where the road goes. So I want to be mindful not to hold on to what is being asked for release. May we pay ourselves that kind of attention.